Hello everyone and welcome. And today we're going to talk about how to answer multiple choice question. But before we dive into it, I just want to wish you guys a happy new year and sorry I didn't wish you guys a happy Christmas. I was really busy. I couldn't post that day. So happy new year to those of you who are still with me, who are still tuned with me, and it's not really easy and I don't think I'll be here without you guys. So thank you so much and once again a happy new year. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Today we're going to talk about how to answer multiple choice question, and I'm going to give you guys few tips which actually helped me to answer questions when I was in school, and I think it will actually help you guys too. So my first tip, or tip number one, is first go through the question properly. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of people answer questions wrong, which I think it also happened to me, is they don't go through the questions properly. They don't go through it carefully, especially when you're answering English questions. Some English questions where we have do not or accept. Those kind of questions are really confusing to answer. And if you're not the kind of person that just that you just maybe you're the kind of person who just skim through the question and try answering the answer, it will actually give you a problem because first thing you will feel it, and second of the all is you won't see those things like accept, do not. So you have to go through these questions properly. Go through the questions properly. Even if you have to take at least, I don't think it will take you up to a minute. I don't think it will take you 30 seconds to finish a question, depending on how broad the question is. But I don't think it will take you a minute to finish a question. So go through the question properly, read it, check it for do not and accept. Those are one of the most important things, especially when you're doing English test. This is actually very confusing for a lot of people. This is one of the reasons why most people fail the exams. They don't actually read through the question properly. You just skim through it and you're like, okay, let me answer everything. At the end of the day, you just answer 50 questions only for you to get two, and you like, I didn't see the accept, I didn't see the do not. So try answering those. Try going through those questions properly. Now, tip number two is answer questions that are more easier. Now, I think this is a lot of people have actually talked about it on YouTube, and I think it's very crucial and very important that you go through these questions you understand very easy, because one, it is time consuming, and two, it builds your motivation. Now, when you go through those questions that are really tough, you find out that you begin to lose motivation to answer that question. And one thing you don't want to do is losing motivation in an exam hall, because once you lose motivation for first and second question, trust me, the rest of the question will just be bullshit. Because even if you know the questions, you will feel less motivated to answer the question, and that will actually not actually give you the full mark that you're actually going to get. Because when you're less motivated to do something, you won't actually put in effort into that thing you are doing. Another reason aside from building motivation is that it actually reduces the amount of time you spend on a question. Now, if a question, let's say you are trying to answer question one and it's giving you problem, just go to question two. No one is forcing you to answer the question accordingly. You can answer number two, answer number five, come back to number one. Whatever way you want to answer it, at least by the time you answer these questions that are more easy, you notice that you have about 2 3 minutes. Now, it might not look much, but that 2 3 minutes is actually something. Now, you could use it to answer more questions, or use it to add more things that you need to add in those questions that you don't understand. Sometimes you don't even need to even answer some question head on. You could just, add some paparazzi on top, add one or two, and you will notice that at least rather than getting 5 mark, you can get 6 mark out of 10. At least that is actually still something. So it will help you reduce the time and also build your motivation. Now, another thing is take out fear of exam. Now, I think this is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of students fear exam or find it difficult to answer some questions, is because they have fear of exams. And I think fear of exam usually happen before exam, after exam, and also during exam. Now, I've given a video on how to reduce exam stress or exam fear, and I will link the video in the description below. You can go watch that after you watch this video. Now, exam fear is just like an unnecessary pressure which you're actually putting in yourself. I need to pass this exam. I need to score 90. I need to score 100. Now, you need to rule out those exam questions. You need to take out those exam fear. Sorry, you need to take out those exam fear in order for you to answer those questions very easy. And by the time you're scared of writing an exam, trust me, everything you're going to write in the exam, even if you are very confident in the exam, it's just going to be totally bullshit, because you're not actually going to write anything meaningful due to the fear. So just take out the exam fear, go in, write your exam, and be confident in whatever you've written. When you take out this fear of exam, you will notice that the exam is actually going to be very easy. Now, some exam are just be looking kind of difficult due to the fear that you have for the exam. But once you have taken out this fear of exam, you notice that the exam is very easy. I remember when I was writing my exams, it was a computer-based exam, and I was really scared of answering questions from screen when I was looking at it from screen. I could answer the question through paper, but I was really scared of answering question from screen. Even though it was actually the same question you gave to me to answer through paper, that I will answer very easily, relatively very easy. But when I see it on the screen, I'm always very scared. So one thing is just take out this fear of exam, and trust me, you will notice that this exam is very, very, very easy. Now, another thing I want to lay emphasis on, I think I have actually done before, but I think it's actually very, very important when answering question is look out for do not and accept except rather, sorry. Now, this is actually very, 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 very crucial when answering a question. These two words, do not and accept, it's actually it could actually break or make your answer. It could actually make you fail or make you pass. Now, you might look at it that the question is very easy. I don't need to actually, you just skim through it and you look at it. The only reason why you might actually get the answer is when you are actually sure. Maybe you are very 100% sure of this question, and you notice that okay, there was one that is this question is wrong, and you decide to go through it. And like, okay, yeah, this is do not. But if you are not very sure of the answer, you could just you never check do not. You could just let me pick one, let me pick this, let me pick this. So try to watch out for do not and accept. Another tip I want to give you guys is rule out wrong answers. Now, when answering a question, even no matter how difficult it is, I'm very sure that you could actually pick out two wrong answers from the question from the answers given. Let's say A, B, C, and D. You could actually rule out C and D or A and B. I know that okay, these two are actually very wrong, and the remaining two, okay, you can then pick from it. Now, this you might look at it that this is not actually real, not actually making sense, but I think it's one of the greatest approach in answering difficult questions. Now, if you could rule out two answers, then you have 50-50 chance of getting it, and it's more better than just the four questions and you just pick one. So calm down, try to remove two answers that you know that is not actually going to guarantee your the answer being correct. Rule out two answers that are not correct, then you can pick actually from one of the two remaining. So guys, those are my tips on how to answer multiple choice question. And if you like my video, please smash the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next video.